Hello everybody, coming up on today's news show. The rumour mill has started in earnest on the run-up to this year's Tour de France, and we're going to run through all of the gossip from the last week. We've also got all the race results, including the Critérium Du Dauphiné, the Tour de Luxembourg and the mountain bike downhill World Cup from Fort William. We've got our usual tech, tweet and caption of the week, a rundown of the results in our GCN Strava club, and last but very much not least, we'll let you know what's coming up on the channel this week. The speculation is over. 2012 Tour de France champion Bradley Wiggins will not be riding the 2014 Tour. Well, at least that's what we were led to believe when he gave a rare interview with BBC television last week. However, team principal Dave Brailsford weighed in with his own comments a few days later. He said that the team hadn't been finalised just yet, and it would be he and none of the riders who would make that final decision. Regardless of the outcome, speculation is now of course rife as to where Bradley will ride next year. His contract is up for renewal at Team Sky and many other teams have shown interest. What do you think should be the Team Sky lineup at this year's Tour de France? Should Bradley be a part of it, or should he be left at home? As per usual, you can let us know your thoughts and opinions in the comments section below this video. On to our caption competition now, and last week's picture was this one of Giant Shimano's car in a ditch. And the winner of the competition this week is Alexander Millard, who said, "I told you that the descent should have been neutralised." Well done, you win a GCN water bottle. Get in contact with us and we'll put it in the post. This week's picture is this of Oleg Tinkoff reacting to Michael Rogers' win up the Zoncolan. Leave your captions in the comments section below this video. Well, after speculating about a rider who might not be on the start line in Yorkshire this year, let's talk about a rider who could be. Chris Horner, of course, missed out on the Giro d'Italia this year after having a severe crash in training around Lake Como. However, the Vuelta a España winner from last year has rearranged his racing programme with his team Lampre Merida, and apparently, according to sources, could be ready to race again within 3 weeks. With the first Grand Tour of the year, the Giro d'Italia now done and dusted, all eyes in the cycling world are on the upcoming Tour de France. The traditional warm-up race for that event is the Critérium Du Dauphiné, and this year they've got a star-studded lineup. It includes the 3 favourites for this year's tour: Chris Froome, Alberto Contador and Vincenzo Nibali. And it was Froome who drew first blood on the opening time trial on day 1. He finished 8 seconds ahead of Alberto Contador and a further 5 seconds ahead of Nibali. Nibali got the consolation prize though of the polka dot jersey, having been quickest to the first time check. However, rider of the day arguably went to the youngster Bob Jungels. The Trek Factory racing rider sat in the hot seat for much of the day, only being overtaken by Contador and Froome at the last moment. He also got the young rider's jersey. This week's tech news is of a brand new bike storage solution which comes from former professional mountain biker Jürgen Beneck, who became famous for winning the first ever mountain bike downhill World Cup back in 1993. Made from high-density plastics, Shelfie is a wall-mounted bike hanger that uses the saddle as the contact point. It means that you can hang up virtually any bike without having to worry about varying lengths and angles of top tubes. The extra storage shelf allows you to keep helmets and other bike-related items close to hand. The team launched a pledge for funding on Kickstarter and successfully reached that funding goal last month. The unit will now go into mass production and the first Shelfies will be shipped to backers in October. And of course, top of the list of customers will be the Shelfie King himself, Matt Stevens. If you'd like to get your hands on one or simply want to find out more, we've put a link to their website in the description below this video. Another of Trek Factory Racing's youngsters, Danny van Poppel, won the opening 2.5k prologue of the Tour de Luxembourg last week. Stage 1 was won by Andre Greipel of Lotto Belisol in a bunt sprint, while stages 2 and 3 were both won by Tinkoff Saxo's Matti Breschel, who did enough for the overall victory. The 4th and final stage of the race was again won by Greipel, but in a very different manner. He and teammate Greg Henderson were part of an early 9-man move which went clear after the first intermediate sprint. Henderson then went clear on his own with over 40 kilometres to go, allowing Greipel to sit on the rest of the breakaway and then bridge across to his teammate. Henderson then did the longest lead out of his career, allowing Greipel to do his first ever solo victory in professional racing. On to our GCN Strava club now, where we've now got over 5,500 members. Longest distance ridden last week was by Michael Banner. He did 1,311 kilometres in total. Longest individual ride went to Mario Fonseca with 447.4 kilometres, and most amount of climbing went to Rodrigo Souza, who narrowly edged out Julio Gonzalez, doing just under 17,000 metres of climbing. If you're having trouble getting onto the leaderboard each week, then why not take a look at our light-hearted guide on how to take Strava KOMs. Can we just go a bit faster, please? That's it. A bit more, a bit more. That's it. A bit more, a bit more. A bit more now, I've got to beat Lopez. Fort William up in Scotland played host to the latest UCI mountain bike downhill World Cup at the weekend. In the women's race there was a French one too, with Emmeline Ragot of La Pierre Gravity Republic getting the better of Miriam Nicole of Commencal. In the men's race, Greg Minnaar was competing in his 100th World Cup, but on the day was only good enough for 7th place. The top step of the podium for the first time in his career went to Troy Brosnan of Specialized, with fellow Australian Sam Hill of Chain Reaction Cycles in 2nd and Danny Hart of Giant Best of the Brits in 3rd. What's coming up on the channel this week? Well, the answer is lots. On Monday we showed you how to change a track wheel, and on Tuesday this week it's not just about the news show. We've got our first few videos that we've done in collaboration with British Cycling, so if you want to learn how to race smart, this is the place for you.
The thrill of riding in a bunch is what many of us love about racing. It's an exciting place to be, and if you race smart, you can conserve energy, which could help put you in the mix for the finale.
On Thursday, we give you our top 10 rides to look out for at the Tour de Suisse. Friday is our brand new GCN bloopers video. I'm reading this one. Which has taken so long to create because I make so few mistakes on camera. And finally on Saturday we take a close look at Dan Martin's Team Garmin Sharp Cervelo R5. In other races, Theo Boss won the Ronde van Zeeland Seaports, Elisa Longo Borghini became the Italian time trial champion, and Stefan Rossetto won the Boucle de la Mayenne 4-day race overall. Tweet of the week comes this week from Geraint Thomas of Team Sky, who says, "Anyone know who my teammate is?" And no, Jez Hunt hasn't come out of retirement. To be perfectly honest, we've got no idea who his teammate was that was so messy. If you have, or if you've got any speculation, let us know in the comments section below. Thank you very much for watching. We'll be back with more at the same time next week. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so, and share our videos on social media. We're going to leave you with this, our beloved Matt Stevens letting his competitive side get the better of him again and entering a tractor pulling competition in Italy. GCN is the place to be on YouTube for top 10 cycling videos. Have you seen this one? If not, click here.